Say you can go do what he do.
Okay.
Now you can go fuck up. And I said it before. I told him in the house, he fucked up. You can't take someone's personal stuff and throw them like that on the ground. That
so you think
wrong.
he went too far?
Extremely too far. Wasn't necessary.
But after having a kid, you know, I wanted to be a real outfit.
They call him the General, and he definitely had a roller coaster ride in the Big Brother hoster's house. From his altercation with Alex and Doyin, and his last-minute ship with Mercy. And he is a two-time finalist in the Big Brother house. My name is Christia from the Level Up season, and this is BBNaija Exit Interview with Pulse. Join me to welcome the king of the Patriots, Pere.
Yeah.
Hi Pere, what's up?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm
fresh
doing
beef. You're just fresh.
He's very fresh.
So
It's not just me. How are you feeling though?
I'm feeling good, actually.
I mean, two-time finalists. How does that make you feel?
Damn. I mean, not a lot of people can say that.
Yeah.
Some were finalists in their season. They came here and they went out like what, 8th week, 7th week. No shades, but it's just grace.
Did you have a strategy going into the house?
Yeah, I had a strategy. Was to cause chaos. Nah, just kidding. No strategy at all. Just wanted to go there, leave, and enjoy the show, especially because it was an all-star season, and more so because I enjoyed my experience the first time that I went in the house. So, yeah, this time around, I just felt, why not just go in and just live.
Did you have fun?
Midway, yeah. Started having fun midway. First few weeks, like say everybody ego, no allow them food. Everybody just carried out me star. Even if you were like a moon, you still come with a form star. So I mean,
We had moons in the house?
yes, now there were moons.
Did we have a sun in the house?
No sun.
What were you? Star?
Star.
Okay.
Shocky.
So you were always one way or the other in the mix of controversies.
Was I? I think I was just the guy who was minding his business though.
And you were always setting people up for strikes, and I even remember at some point you were like, anybody that wants to fight in this house, let's leave them. Don't hold anybody back.
Right.
Why?
It's an all-star. And Biggie had given us the freedom and liberty to conspire. So you mean we could conspire about anything as long as it was within the confinements of the game, the rules. The thing about living in a house like that is it's a reality show, but it's also a game. There's money attached to it and other things. So when you're going in, you want to be able to play the game and live your reality as well. So I figured the game part, there are rules that if you do certain things, you would get punished or get evicted, like sent away. Yeah. So look, I can't take a rope and hang someone by myself, but I can give them a rope and they can do whatever they wanted with that rope, including hanging themselves with that rope. Now, I figured the best way to have someone hang themselves is to study their weaknesses, know what their weaknesses are, and just let them do their thing. And they will hang themselves with their weaknesses. So I figured out the weaknesses of a few people in the house. Want to fight, okay. Just don't hold them, let them fight, hit themselves, 1, 2, then we'll go and hold them so they won't fight any further. And then Big Brother would come in and issue out the strikes. And when they get enough, they leave. Or if it was worth disqualifying, they'll get disqualified. That way the numbers reduce. It's the plot.
It's a game.
It's the game.
But what do you think?
Say you can go do what he do.
Okay.
Now you can go fuck up. And I said it before. I told him in the house, he fucked up. You can't take someone's personal stuff and throw them like that on the ground.
So you think he went too far?
Extremely too far. Wasn't necessary. It was not necessary at all.
Okay. Fair enough. So I'm not sure if you've seen it, or maybe you've seen it, a clip of Kima Pere saying that she's gonna focus on Cross for now. How does that make you feel?
How's it supposed to make me feel? Hey?
I don't know.
She should focus on him, though. Huh?
You were in the mix.
Was I in the mix?
There was Kimo, Cross, Pere.
But I don't think I was in the mix. I mean, I only knew Kim Up. I know Kim Up were separate from Cross. Kim has always been a friend of mine since 2021 when I came out the house. I didn't meet her through Cross. I met her on my own.
Okay.
But she's known Cross for longer, which explains why she was a lot more closer to him in the house as opposed to me. You know, but we're just friends. We're just friendship.
So they have your blessing. They have your blessing.
They don't need my blessing. They go ahead. Let them leave that. I'm rooting for the two of them for real. And I told Cross that, man. I'm rooting for her.
Okay. Speaking of Cross, you and Cross are like not best friends, but your relationship in the house had a lot of ups and downs. Do you feel like you betrayed Cross in a way?
Me? Betray? No, I was very loyal. 100% loyal. When did I betray?
How were you able to manage with you guys' ups and downs in the house?
Yeah, I mean, every relationship, be it friendship or a relationship that has to do with intimacy, will definitely experience some form of some tidal wave. And in that house, a lot of people had different. Look, I bet you everyone knew how solid myself and Cross's relationship was outside of the house. And they knew that the only way, and they knew that we were going to be strong together outside of the house. So they know these things. So they wanted to come in between that. So the best way to do that was to feed false info to either of us. They can't do that to me because they know that's the way I reason. But Cross is more of he embraces everybody. I don't embrace everybody. I'm sorry, I don't do that. But Cross embraces everybody, and there's a lot of access. So they went to him, and of course did their thing with things that were not true. And of course,
are you mad at those people?
Well, I've forgiven them.
So your relationship with Cross outside, do you feel like what you guys went through in the house together sort of like, created like a tighter bond for you guys?
Well, maybe I would say that, but then I'd also say that it made me see the light as well too. So it's not left for me to what to do with, but we've already ironed all those wrinkles out, so we're good.
Okay. Speaking of friendships, right? You and Alex, you started off good, right? What happened in between, I don't want to talk to this person. He's no longer my friend. What happened?
So, man, it's funny because I've been saying this all day today. But let me, just because I haven't spoken to you, so I'll just give you the entire breakdown.
Thank you.
It's a long road we're about to go on, but let's journey.
Okay.
Beginning of the show. Now, I'll say this. I've never met Alex. I've met Alex once. And that was at AY's birthday party, I think. The child dedication. Was it something that had to do with his kid at his house? And that was when I met Alex. Well, it was just a hi, hey, what's up? Just brief. And then I got to see her in the house.
Right.
So of everyone, Alex and I think Alibai were two people that I didn't really know. Alex never caught my attention at all first day until the very next week when Big Brother gave out the wedger. In the midst of the confusion in the house, where people were going at each other about the wedger, where people's egos did not allow them to work together, I was impressed at the way Alex had taken charge of that wedger. And I told her afterwards, but that was what drew me to her. She had some form of, she was able to get it together with the wedger. She took charge of it, wrote the entire thing, was very passionate about the thing, and I was impressed. I was like, okay, let's see this girl. I ain't get sense past among all these other ones who just fight up and don't just want to do anything. So in that light, I started to want to just get close with no intention of anything. I had no intentions of dating or whatever. Outside, just get to know this person. Smart people. I like smart people. So somewhere along the line, she started to attack me because her issue was I was extremely competitive.
Really?
She said my competitiveness was very she used a word, I've forgotten what it was, that was unhealthy. Okay, I asked her to explain. She's like, anytime you are in a group and your group is called into the arena with other groups, you always want your group to win and the other groups to lose. And when the other groups are losing, you're happy they're losing. I'm like, well, am I supposed to be sad that they're losing? It's a competition. You're a Nigerian. If Nigeria is playing a football match with Brazil, would you be sad that Brazil is beating your country? Or would you be happy that Nigeria is actually beating your country? So that's the logic. It didn't make any sense. And she kept on attacking me because of that. And after a while, I just felt I was very uneasy. So I remember talking to a few people about it, and she kept poking and goading on several occasions. I would ignore, inserting herself into conversations. And what she started to do was she started to paint this picture about me in the house, that I was I was too competitive, and I was this guy that people should look out for in a group or whatever when we have tasks, and just horrible pictures along the way. And what I did was, I was very offended, but I mentally withdrew. At that point, I was like, you know what? I'm not doing it. I'm not getting close to this person anymore. So I detached. And then after a while, Prince came into the house. When Prince came into the house, Prince is another competitive guy. Now, the knack here is Prince is actually a very good friend of Alex. So in my mind, I said, now when Prince don't come, I won't see what this guy could do now for arena. When Prince be very more competitive than me. And Prince competitiveness. This day we had the debates in the garden. I threw the question out to say, so now that Prince is here, and I mean, Prince is way more competitive than me. She jumped in the conversation, and she wasn't supposed to be talking at that time to me. She jumps in the conversation. Oh, well, Prince competitiveness is not like yours. Yours is more. In my mind, I'm like, oh, please. So we get in, first task. I see how Prince is very competitive. We'll get really angry. I don't get extremely angry after every task, but he will get very angry and then I'm looking at her. Are you gonna talk to this guy or not? I mean, he's really like, but she never did. The double standards became very evident. So at that point, I'm like, And every other person started to say the same thing too. And then, after a while, she started to continue with the goading until there was something that happened when myself and Mercy and Mashallah were in the kitchen having a conversation, and we usually would have these bands and just talk crazy. So Mercy said something about the fact that Pere no good. No, Mercy said Pere, at least Pere they good. And Mashallah said they Pere no good job. So me now in that banty, I was like, I beg anybody when talks no good there, papa. Alex inserted herself again into that conversation. Like, don't be insulting my father. I'm like, nobody even mentioned your name. I didn't even hear you speak. You didn't even say anything. Why are you inserting yourself into the conversation? And Neo was there, or Mashallah was there. Neo was like, Alex, he wasn't even talking to you. They were having a conversation right there. He was talking to Mashallah. Mashallah was like, he was talking to me. Alex still continued to want to go again. It just pissed me off. It just made me feel like, okay, this girl was after something. I didn't really know. that fast. A few hours later, again, I was minding my business. She came, walked around again to me and told me, hey, don't ever talk to me. If you ever have an argument, don't ever insult my father. I'm like, Alex, I wasn't even talking to you, please shift. Then she threatened to slap me if I ever spoke about our parents. And then I lashed out. That evening. Now, by this time, I'd already started to get close to Mercy. We're already bonding. That evening, or rather that night, I went into the blue room, sat down, and then I laid down rather on the bed after eating, wanted to sleep. The bed I was laying on belonged to Prince. He was already evicted at this time. There were more beds in the house than there were housemates. Alex's room is the pink room. Her bed is in the pink room. She walks in to the blue room, and I've been sleeping there in that blue room for days, uninterrupted, peacefully. She walks into the blue room and says, "You should get up from her bed." Mercy was there, Cece was there, Cross was there, Naija was there, Omashola was there in that room. She told me to get up. I'm like, Alex, this is not your bed. There was a conversation that had happened before the mattress was flipped. She told me to get up from my bed. I said, no, I'm not getting up. This is not your bed. This bed belongs to nobody, and anybody can lay on this one. She said, no, Pere, this is my bed. I said, it's not. And then she goes, Pere, you have to stand up. I said, I'm not standing up for what? She kept insisting and insisting. I said, I'm not standing. You're not going to make me stand up from this bed. Then she gets up, Biggie now turned off the lights. Then she gets up and says, oh, I thought you were fucking joking. Get the fuck out of my bed. Get up, girl. She was cursing. And then she forcefully yanked the duvet and yanked the same duvet from Omashola. Omashola was not sleeping on anybody's bed. He wasn't sleeping on her bed. But she did the same to him. Omashola did not say anything to this girl prior to. She did the same. That's someone that has problems. Obviously, and she has anger issues. And for a brief second, I absorbed everything in and I stood up. She yanked it and took it outside and dumped it in the hallway. So I stood up. I said, okay, Alex, I'm going to be coming back here. By the time I get back, you should get out of that bed. I went, brought the duvets, brought them back into the room calmly. She was still laying, she laid on the bed. So I said, okay, if I'm not going to sleep on this bed, you're not going to sleep on this bed. You can't bully me away from a bed that doesn't belong to you. So I yanked the mattress off from underneath her. And I stood, I said, Alex, if you want to hit me, hit me. I wanted her to hit me, actually.
Why?
So she would get a fucking strike and go home. But I'm glad she went home though. I'm a finalist. Let me rub it in, because I deserve that shit.
Presenter, don't weak.
Huh?
Presenter, don't weak.
You weak?
Okay, so no hope? Even outside the house, like you guys are not
No,
gonna
let everybody just
nothing?
remain the way they are. Stay in your lane, I stay in my lane.
If work brings you guys together, would you take it?
We'll be professional about it. Everybody do what they're supposed to do and go home. But to relate with her on a personal level, nope. To get to know her, nope. I'm not interested. And I'm sure she's not interested as well. So everyone just be where they're at.
Okay. Let's talk about Elebaye. Do you think that Elebaye deserved to win the show?
She won. That's what's important. She won.
Okay, so there's this narrative flying around that, like it's a PT card, this and that. Do you agree with that?
A PT card? Well, I think a lot of things were not shown. People didn't get to see a lot of things. Maybe that was her strategy, I don't know. But she was goading a lot of people in the house while we're there. But it worked for her, so she won.
Okay. So, the other time you mentioned Mercy. What's up with you and Mercy? Because I see people shipping both of you together.
Yeah, Mercy is just a very.
Is it a friendship or, you know?
I'll say we're exploring each other. We're getting to really know each other, spending some good amount of time together. So we'll see where it goes, actually.
So there's hope?
Some good amount of hope.
Pere.
What's up?
I mean, we're all rooting for you guys. So I am rooting for you. I wish you all the best. It's nice to see you again. You know, I don't want to say you leveled up. You're a star now, like you said. And some people are moons. It's okay.
I was just playing though.
It's okay. Thank you, Pere, for having this conversation with me.
Thank you.
I enjoyed myself. Did you enjoy yourself?
Absolutely.
I enjoyed Big Brother's house. All right, cool. And it's a wrap on today's episode of BBNaija Exit Interview with Pulse. I will see you guys next time. Till then, bye. Say bye, Pere.
Bye.
Okay, thank you.